Gabe Newell is the owner of Valve, the owner of Steam. And traditionally, he did not have any problems with PlayStation or Xbox. And a matter of fact, he even supported Xbox at the start of this generation.
Christmas, PlayStation and Xbox are both coming out with new consoles. Which is better?
The Xbox.
Really?
Why?
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Because it is.
Because you used to work for Microsoft?
I don't have a stake in that race. So obviously we do most of our development on personal computers. So,
Yeah.
But of the two, I would definitely go with an Xbox.
Gabe, what do you...
Yes, Gabe has always been a supporter of Xbox, a supporter of Microsoft. So it's very interesting to see PlayStation fans, pitting the Steam box or pitting the latest, announcement of this new Steam box against Microsoft. Now, this is what I am seeing. I am seeing a lot of ponies, a lot of PlayStation fans saying that Xbox is dead, saying that, Xbox is the only one should be worried about this Steam box. Now, they are not saying anything about PlayStation being worried, right? Only Xbox. Look at this. 8-Bit Eric says Valve's new Steam machine just killed Xbox. Game Logic, this is the same guy who spoke about the 10-minute TikTok game, said Windows had to give life to Steam so that Steam could kill Xbox. Millennial Mike said Steam just put Xbox inside the ground. It is only a matter of time at this point. PlayStation will soon follow if they don't get their act together. So Mr. Mike here is one of the few ones on Twitter who would have put PlayStation in that group as well. Wesley on Twitter said, so the whole it's a console that also has Steam idea that Xbox supposedly wanted to lead the next generation with has already happened. Another L for Xbox brand. So yes, a lot of ponies, a lot of PlayStation fans, they are basically rejoicing that here what? This console or PC console is going to put an end to Xbox. Now it's very interesting that these guys are so excited for this Steam machine after saying for months that Xbox idea to make a console hybrid was a bad idea. So they would have, put out so many articles about this is the worst idea Xbox ever had. But now they're excited for the same exact thing that Valve is doing. This is just to show you the Xbox stacks in real time. But I mean, this news of Valve making this Steam box has a lot of people going crazy. I mean, some ponies believe that PC fans and Xbox fans will form an alliance and go after PlayStation.
Hey,
so look,
I know Halloween
ahead,
just
Jack.
passed, bro, but could you imagine a world where PC players and Xbox fans merge and start doing the fanboy shit? Oh my god!
Yes, these ponies are getting pretty anxious as they contemplate what if PC fans and Xbox fans form an alliance.
You look like anxiety, bro. You look like anxiety, bro.
No, I don't.
Yes, you did. You look like anxiety, bro.
At this point, the PlayStation community is between a rock and a hard place in the sense that they are seeing where Microsoft is going with this new console. They are seeing that PC console-like systems are getting more popular, and they don't know what to do because guess what? If it is you own a PC console, it's possible for you to play PlayStation games, and this is what they are afraid of. Listen to how this guy is singing here as he too tried to detract persons from even considering these PC like consoles.
Tell me if you'll agree with this. It was I don't know if it was digital. I don't want to say it was Digital Foundry. I was watching a bunch of the tech people that were invited out to the headquarters to do this, And they said how novel the thing was, like what Jez was saying with his sales pitch. He's like, you put it on the TV, and these are the qualities of it. But then once, right? But then no, and Jez, you were right. But my point being is that now when you get to what Deathsinger just said, he's like, well, that's the great thing about it. It's a PC. So you can go in there and lower this and lower that, bring this to medium, go to 1080p, bring it up to 1440p, then bring this down, go up to high, go to your shadows, bring the... Now you've lost the console player that said, all I wanted was a box that plays my Steam games. I want to be introduced to Steam as a console gamer, right? There's not going to be a lot of PC people that go and buy the box and put it on their TV. This is something to get console gamers to come over to Steam. And the reason people are console gamers is they don't want to sit behind an aircraft with all of these different buttons to press and bring everything. I don't mind that. I'm just saying the idea, the sales pitch behind it was this simple box that gets you introduced to Steam. Like, as you know, but now you're like, well, no, Mooch, you just figure it out. This and that, and blah, blah, blah. That's why a lot of people who are console gamers don't go to PC. They don't want to do all that. But now they do.
Mooch.
So you see what it is I'm talking about here. He don't know what to say. He's very much confused as to what what is going on with this new popularity of the PC console hybrid, machines. So they are afraid. They are afraid of what this could mean. Now, I guarantee you this, that Microsoft would make the interface for their handheld very simple, very easy, so that all can understand. Because remember, you must understand your audience. You must understand that your audience is coming from console and now going to a PC-like hybrid, a console-like hybrid, which is both console and PC. So you want to be able to make it as easy as possible for users coming from console. So I know Microsoft will do a good job. It won't be like the ROG Ally X or the ROG Ally. They would make it much simpler for persons coming into that new style of, or that new ecosystem. But I mean, these guys are afraid. You can see it, you can hear it. I mean, this Steam box even have people thinking that Jimmy Neutron is an Xbox guy. What?
I sent the tweet that I did. I think a lot of people have misunderstood. I have a tweet that has 3 million views because people are console warring on it, basically. Like, they think I'm like some pro Xbox guy because of this tweet, and they're like screaming or correcting me, right? 3 million views, all right? Because some tribalist retweeted it, and we're like, Xbox sucks, basically. The reason I made this tweet is I don't think the Xbox Magnus has a significantly large group that they're marketing toward. Like, I don't think a $1,200 to $1,500 console PC hybrid has a big target audience. Like, this is the most important part of my tweet. Different target audience, okay? The Steam machine between $400 and $600 is not targeting the same audience that like a $1,200 Magnus is targeting. So like, this is not at all as a tweet. People are like, it's coping. It's an Xbox fan coping. No, I'm being dead serious when I don't think the Magnus has a significantly large market to sell to. This cuts into the already small group, though. You could argue, Yanadid, that it cuts into a group of people like me that just wanted Steam in the living room, and they're happy to buy this, and then they don't have to worry about anything else. They just buy this and they're done, right? They're like, "Yep, I got the Steam machine, and now I don't have to think about it. I'm good."
So yes, persons were upset with Jimmy as they thought that Jimmy was turning into an Xbox guy, but Jimmy had to clear it up. I'm not turning into no Xbox guys. You guys misunderstood what I was saying. So yes, it went from persons saying that Xbox is dead because this Steam box came out as only Xbox should be worried. But now we have a next statement here from Jez, because although everyone is saying that Xbox should be worried, what Jez is saying here is not Xbox is worried, it's PlayStation that is worried. Notice what he said here.
PlayStation might stop porting exclusives to PC. Xbox Insider claims. Xbox Insider says PlayStation is probably pulling back from PC. days after saying day and date, exclusives are coming. Here is a fact-based summary of the story contents. Earlier this week, Valve announced the Steam Machine, a new mini PC that repackages Linux gaming into a console-like experience, with access to an enormous catalog of games out of the box. The conversation around exclusives has stirred up once again, leaving everyone asking the same question. Do they even matter anymore? After all, the Steam Machine can play Xbox and PlayStation games without restriction, tearing down the traditional console walls, leaving Nintendo as the only major player to truly embrace exclusivity, at least for now. Windows Central Editor-in-Chief Jez Corden alleges that Sony is looking to step back from its PC push and keep its most prestigious single-player games within the PlayStation ecosystem going forward. It has seemed like the games that PlayStation released on PC didn't move the needle for them at all. PlayStation probably is pulling back from PC. Corden claimed a very good source told him the cross-buy buttons and the PlayStation/PC iconography is from outdated old builds and is never going to be used. It has seemed like the games that PlayStation released on PC didn't move the needle for them at all, partially because they were launched so late. But maybe they've used that as evidence that they shouldn't go any further. Corden alleged on the XB2 podcast that we'll still see live service games like Helldivers 2 launch cross-platform. But tentpole single-player exclusives, such as Ghost of Yodiai, will never leave PlayStation. Or if they do, it will be years later. It's worth taking this claim with a grain of salt. However, it's worth noting that Corden said just 2 days ago that Day and Date is coming, meaning exclusives launching on PlayStation and PC at the same time, contradicting his most recent claims. And while several of his reports have been proven accurate, his track record with exclusivity isn't exactly ironclad. In 2023, he shut down rumors that Xbox was porting its heavy hitters to PlayStation, saying that it was just hard hopium from fanboys. We now have Gears of War on PS5, with Halo set to follow suit. So, it's worth taking this claim with a grain of salt, though there is certainly a conversation to be had about the future of exclusivity with Steam consoles tapping into Xbox and PlayStation's libraries, and the potential of the next-gen Xbox being a PC hybrid that can likewise play any game currently available on Valve's storefront.
Wow. So if this is for real, if this is true, I mean, it really shows that Sony is the one who is afraid of this Steam box. Why would Sony decide to, change their model that they themselves would have said they were doing? Do you guys remember? It is Sony who said how they were going to put their tentpole titles onto PC. Listen.
Indeed, we are bringing our titles to the PC platform.
Say that again.
Indeed, we are bringing our titles to the PC platform, and we have a dual approach here. On the live service side, we are releasing our titles simultaneously, so Day and Date on PlayStation 5 and PC. But with our tentpole titles, our single-player or narrative-driven titles that are, as you saw in the presentation, the backbone of what PlayStation Studios has delivered in recent years and in our history, we take a more strategic approach and we introduce our great franchises to new audiences, and we're finding new audiences that are potentially going to be very interested in playing, for example, sequels on the PlayStation platform. We have high hopes that we're actually able to bring new players into PlayStation at large, but into PlayStation platforms specifically. Actually, the same goes for the work that we do with extending our great properties onto other media, such as television series and film, for example, as you have seen with The Last of Us on HBO or Gran Turismo, the film. That brings in new players into our franchises as well.
But this was a major thing for PlayStation strategy. So why would they change this strategy all of a sudden since this Steam box was announced? If Jez is correct, it's very clear that if this is true, PlayStation is the one who is afraid of the Steam box. That is clear, that is evident, and that is logical. Now, some person said Xbox should be afraid because guess what? Steam is going to destroy the new Xbox when it comes to specs and when it comes to sales. But there's one thing you guys fail to understand. Listen to this guy here break it down.
Valve's new products, the biggest flop, I think, could be the Steam Machine. They have to absolutely nail the pricing. Most companies do not. If you missed it, Valve just unveiled the new Steam Machine. This little cube has the power to completely change the landscape of PC gaming just like the Steam Deck did. But there's also a chance that it launches completely irrelevant. Remember that Valve loses money on Steam Deck sales. They make it all back and way more with games on Steam. But Valve has already confirmed that they will not be doing that type type of pricing model with the Steam Machine. They said it'll be competitive with the specs compared to if you were to build it yourself.
While they expect it to be very competitively priced with a PC, that it will be priced like a PC, rather than like a console with games subsidizing the upfront hardware purchase.
But as we know, component pricing is skyrocketing heading into 2026. And let's also mention that it has 16 gigabytes of RAM and 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Those are the specs that most of us are trying to avoid. Now, to be clear, I do love the progress of SteamOS and even products that make couch gaming more accessible. But how convenient will it be to play Minecraft, Call of Duty, or any anti-cheat game on there?
When it comes to Xbox, I don't think that they have a competition here with the Steam Box because Xbox would have the highest spec. Yes, it might be a premium price. However, when it comes to performance, we know that this next Xbox, the Magnus, will outperform both the PlayStation 6 and also the Steam Box. So I think Microsoft is good when it comes to they being the best place to play any of these multi-plat games or even PlayStation games. But let me hear what you think about this Steam Box. Who you think is afraid? Do you think Xbox is more afraid, or do you think PlayStation is afraid? And let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.